Hello, this is a self-care Sunday message. Whether you find this on a Sunday or not, this might be some good advice as to what you need to do for yourself today. And I shuffled deck and the Six of Pentacles fell out, and then my camera did something. So I had to stop the recording, but anyway. The Six of Pentacles is about balanced give and take in the tangible. Right, so there's one person here giving to these two people. So maybe reflect on what the dynamics are with the people around you. And if you are this person and you are receiving from someone else, and if that's always the case, that you are always the one that's taking, receiving, or getting from others, and you're not the one giving, then some sort of balance needs to be found. And if you're this person and you're always giving to multiple people around you, then a balance needs to be found, and you need to get into the energy of receiving. But let's read the message in the book. The Six of Pentacles can point to generosity, sharing, and social justice, but it can also indicate the law of attraction, the synchronicity that means you get what you need as soon as you most need it, as if by magic. So I'm getting the energy of someone needing something, whether that's needing money to pay a bill or fix a car or whatever it is, or needing some sort of resources to get that business off the ground. Someone is in need of something, and it's like you don't know where it's going to come from. You've just sort of been hoping and praying for it. And for someone, this is going to just appear as if by magic. And this kind of happens when you give it up to the universe. Sometimes we need to be in our masculine energy, and we need to make things happen and find the gap, find, just be resourceful and find a way to get it done with what you have. But sometimes it's necessary to get into our feminine energy and give it up to God, give it up to the universe, and allow the universe to bring someone else, something else into your reality that you might need in a way that you might not have been able to imagine or perceive for yourself. Either way, it is a card of gracious giving and receiving rather than excessive abundance. And I feel like there's an emphasis on gracious here. It's giving, not being a spoiled brat. It's giving gratitude for what you receive. It's giving humility and appreciation for what you have, and being able to give and share with others, not because you're bragging, not because you feel like you're that person, but there's just a gracious energy about it. It could even be thought of as the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you have been giving so much of yourself that you are becoming depleted, the universe is going to provide a relief for you. So either someone's going to get cut off from your energy, or someone's going to be blocked off, or something is going to be removed from you so that you don't have to keep giving more and more and more, or you're just going to get the awareness. Or if you're on the other side and nothing's been happening for you, you haven't been receiving, and you really need to receive, the universe is you're going to see the light. This thing's going to happen for you, and you're going to receive in the way that you need, just in the nick of time. Your self-development has seen you through the darkness, and you can now collect your karmic check. So it's possible that if you have been experiencing lack, the Five of Pentacles comes before this, and that's like being left out in the cold, poverty, lack. If you've been in that energy, that time and space might have been necessary for some character development or for some internal or spiritual mental growth, or getting in touch with your emotions in some way, so that you can get into this gracious energy when you start receiving more abundance, so that you can handle whatever material wealth or abundance, or even if it's love, so that you can graciously manage what you do receive in future. So that's the energy of the Six of Pentacles. And the self-care tip for this card is practice asking for help. If you're someone that has a hard time asking for help and you always want to do it on your own, these periods of going without can teach us to gracefully and graciously ask for help and not feel like we are being a burden. Or it can teach you discernment, who to ask and who not to ask, who's trustworthy and who's not. It might just even show you who in your life you thought was dependable and loyal and cares about you, and then when you ask them, they don't want to help you or they choose not to. And then it can show you who the people are that shows up for you when you are having a hard time. Okay, maybe it's a lift to work, a loan, or an endorsement. Find some small manageable things that you're struggling with and take ownership of getting assistance with them. Knowing you're doing all you can to help yourself, even if it's just the listening ear of someone who gets it. Keep your eyes open for opportunities to receive. In life, there's always a balancing act happening, and it's always a good idea to check on which side of the scale we are on. If you have a hard time with receiving, then maybe this is a good time to practice asking and to maybe dig deep and find out why it is that you have a difficult time receiving or asking for help. Maybe you've always been shut down in the past when you did ask for help or lean on someone, and maybe there's a lesson there that there are other ways to find help than the ones that you have been accessing before. And if you're on the other side of the scale, and you're always giving, and you know it depletes you, you need to find ways of creating healthy boundaries, maybe learning to say no, maybe learning to gauge when you've reached the point where you shouldn't give anymore, and being able to have this awareness about your own capacity and limitations is always helpful for your relationships, so that you don't one day wake up and realize that this relationship is so unbalanced and now we can't get back to having a balanced, healthy relationship. And then a lot of work is either necessary to get it back to that point, or the relationship has to go. So self-awareness is key. Find ways of finding the balance today.